The best test takers attack the passages and questions critically in an aggressive, goal-oriented way. Working this way pays off because it's the kind of pragmatic and efficient approach that the GMAT rewards. The same type of approach that business schools like their students to take when faced with an intellectual challenge. To help this strategic approach become second nature to you, learn the Kaplan method for reading comprehension. The first step of the Kaplan method for reading comprehension is to read the passage strategically. Stay on the lookout for structural keywords and phrases, and use that to create a passage map, which is a brief summary of the passage, and then check the overall topic and scope of the passage, and also the primary purpose the author had in writing the passage. The topic is the broad subject matter, and the scope is what the author is most interested in regarding that topic. Lastly, the purpose is what the author seeks to accomplish in writing the passage, to describe or to argue or to explain about so-and-so scope. The next step is to analyze the question stem. Identify what type of question it is. Then think about how to address that question, knowing whether it's a detail question or an inference question, and so on. Step 3 is to research the relevant text. Do not waste time trying to read over the entire passage. Your passage map and your topic scope purpose analysis are there for you. You'll save a lot of time by reviewing your notes first. Then look up the particular paragraph or sentence that's relevant to that question. Next, make a prediction. By doing this, you'll have a better sense of what to look for before considering the answer choices. Finally, evaluate those answer choices and look for the one that matches your prediction as closely as possible. Let's take a look at a typical GMAT-like reading comp passage. It starts off with lots of good information for a strategic reader. The first sentence yields the topic, mass extinctions. In addition, we learn of a theory that's gaining support. However, there is some discrepancy or lack of agreement among scientists. All of this is clear just from the first sentence. Continuing through the paragraph, we learn that the theory is known as the Alvarez scenario. The paragraph ends with a bunch of accompanying details. Right off the bat, you can anticipate the main point of the second paragraph. It intends to discuss Alvarez's main evidence. You don't need to know or even understand these details. Simply make a note in your passage map that the evidence is found in paragraph 2. After briefly reading this evidence supporting Alvarez's theory, move on to paragraph 3. Now you know that paleontologists initially dismissed the theory, but note the keyword "but." This tells you something is about to change. New evidence about recent studies supporting Alvarez's theory follows. Then we see that these doubts are starting to go away. The last paragraph shows that despite having lessened significantly, the doubts remain. Alternative theories are mentioned. One theory about volcanic eruptions is discussed in detail. You should be thinking critically about how this stacks up with Alvarez's theory. We hit another important keyword. While an alternative theory was introduced, researchers may have discovered and explored the theorized asteroid impact crater. Then we see another keyword. In the last sentence, we learn that the Alvarez theory is just that, a theory. The evidence remains inconclusive. Take stock of what you just read. The topic is mass extinctions at the end of the Cretaceous period. The scope is theories about these mass extinctions. And the purpose is simply to describe the theories about the mass extinctions. Now that you've read the passage strategically, use the next step of the Kaplan method to tackle some corresponding questions. Now take a look at the questions that accompany this passage. The answer choice is something in line with the supporters of the two theories described. The stem directs our research to specific places in the passage to look for clues. The Alvarez theory is discussed at length, but Cortolo is only mentioned in the fourth paragraph. So, start your research there. According to paragraph 4, the supporters of Cortolo's theory contend that volcanic eruptions may have filled the atmosphere, and that the iridium layer could have been deposited over a very long period of time. Compare this to what you know about Alvarez's theory, which was discussed in paragraph 1. That theory holds that the atmosphere was filled with dust from the impact of an asteroid. So the two theories share the idea that something caused the Earth's atmosphere to be filled with debris. Now, evaluate the answer choices for a match to that prediction. You want the choice that says something about debris in the atmosphere. And only one choice works, and that's choice C. Don't get distracted by any other answer choice, and remember to stick with the passage map and the relevant text, and you've got this easily. The next question asks why recent studies in North America are mentioned. Consider why the author included this reference to recent studies. Quickly scan the passage for the reference to the studies in North America. That comes in the third paragraph. An easy prediction would be something like, reasons why theories of mass extinction are doubted less than they used to be. Return to the answer choices and look for the choice that matches this prediction. And answer choice D does just that. All of those other answer choices are outside of the scope of the passage, or actually bring up the opposite of what we're looking for. Remember that for this question, you're not looking for what the recent studies are, but the reason why they're brought up in the first place. Great work on that last passage. Using the Kaplan method consistently for any reading comprehension passage will help you attack the questions in the most effective way possible. That's what will lead to more points on test day.